With UFOs being sighted over Air Force military bases, should we be concerned about what these beings are capable of and what we're able to do to defend ourselves against such encounters? The encounter that we're going to be looking at today is the Eglin UFO case. And now I'm sure you've probably seen countless people over the past week or so make videos about this because Arrow did their report on it, but it goes a lot deeper, with Matt Gaetz even coming out more recently to disrepute the report a lot further. Now, what a shock. And Pentagon government report is being brought into disrepute. Damn. The Eglin UFO case, in case you don't know what it is, here is a briefing from the very first congressional hearing that we had about 9-10 months ago, including David Grush, where Matt Gaetz spoke about the encounter and kind of gave real insight into the situation at hand.
Several months ago, my office received a protected disclosure from Eglin Air Force Base indicating that there was a UAP incident that required my attention. I sought a briefing regarding that episode and brought with me Congressman Burchett and Congresswoman Luna. We asked to see any of the evidence that had been taken by flight crew in this endeavor and to observe any radar signature as well as to meet with the flight crew. We were not afforded access to all of the flight crew. And initially, we were not afforded access to images and to radar. Thereafter, we had a bit of a discussion about how authorities flow in the United States of America, and we did see the image. And we did meet with one member of the flight crew who took the image. The image was of something that I am not able to attach to any human capability, either from the United States or from any of our adversaries. And I'm somewhat informed on the matter, having served on the Armed Services Committee for 7 years, having served on the committee that oversees DARPA and advanced technologies for several years. When we sequence.
So that was the initial Congress meeting. Now, since then, Matt Gaetz really kind of opened up about the entire situation and kind of things that he saw, labeling the pictures that he saw as nothing that he could attach to this planet, all right, or to this Earth. And basically what it means by that is we have no technology that we're aware of that is capable of what he witnessed, which is ringing alarm bells to begin with. But from the get-go, obviously he said there that he went over to the Air Force Base to try and speak with military personnel and pilots and stuff like that and flight crew. He was instantly cock-blocked, basically. He was told that he couldn't see them, and then they made it really difficult. Meetings got cancelled. It was a whole rigmarole where, you know, it was not a great time. Here's a little bit more context for what actually happened for Matt Gaetz and his crew to be called in, basically.
4 UFOs over the Gulf of Mexico on January 26, 2023. And the public wouldn't know about it if Representative Matt Gaetz hadn't brought it to our attention during the last congressional hearing.
My office received a protected disclosure from Eglin Air Force Base indicating that there was a UAP incident that required my attention. I sought a briefing regarding that episode and brought with me Congressman Burchett and Congresswoman Luna.
And clearly, the leadership at Eglin Air Force Base didn't want this encounter brought to Gaetz' attention either.
We were not afforded access to all of the flight crew. And initially, we were not afforded access to images and to radar. Thereafter, we had a bit of a discussion about how authorities flow in the United States of America, and we did see the image. And we did meet with one member of the flight crew who took the image.
But thanks to a FOIA request by A-Boss, we now know more about the object that the pilot saw, including a sketch of it. The UAP is said to resemble...
Obviously, this went viral. There were AI-generated images off the back of this. It was like gunmetal. It was a grey colour, an orangey reddish kind of colour in the middle, and then no air or smoke, all right?
An Apollo spacecraft in size and its conical shape, with the upper section being composed of gunmetal gray segmented panels, and with the lower section having an orange-reddish glowing bottom. The pilot noted that no traditional means of propulsion were observed, but a potential clue about how it moved may be related to the fact that it made no smoke and it made the air around it blurry. The description of the UAP that the pilot saw bears a striking resemblance to this UAP that was captured in 2019 on the 4th of July in the skies of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Not only does it physically fit the description that the pilot gave of the object he saw over the Gulf of Mexico, but it was also reported to have some kind of field around it that was fuzzy but close to the object. Another similarity is that both of these objects had images captured of them by manual means only, because both witnesses didn't have advanced data acquisition systems at their disposal. Because one was just a civilian, so all he had available was his smartphone, and the pilot, his advanced data collection system was disabled as he approached the mystery object.
Sus, right?
And although the pilot was able to see and later sketch the object, it wasn't alone. It was one of 4 objects that were observed to be in a diamond formation. But the other 3 objects were only detectable on radar, not by the pilot's eyes, which means that they were displaying the 4th observable, low observability. And thanks to a little help from John Greenwald of the Black Vault, more FOIAs have been filed on this case. So let's hope that we get to observe this UFO for ourselves in the near future. And shout out to the dude that posted this UFO report on Twitter. I couldn't find your post, but I thank you very much.
There you go. So there's a bit of a rundown on the entire situation, including the encounter itself and the images that kind of followed this encounter, right? So, Arrow, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, posted to their Twitter saying, "Today, Arrow released its resolution for the case known as the, quote, Eglin UAP. It presents Arrow's analysis of January 23rd event reported by a military pilot operating in the Eglin Air Force Base training range of the coast of Florida. Read about the case." And then when you dive into the case, there is a 7-page document on this whole thing. I'm not going to go through all 7 pages because this is very well trodden ground at this point, but I will leave a link to it down in the description if you want to take a little look for yourself. I got other points to talk about. So, I will go through some of the kind of highlights though. So the case essentials. Location, near Eglin Air Force Base, Florida. Date, 26th of January 2023. Altitude, 16,000 feet. Shape, rounded cone. Reporter, military personnel. Sensor, electro-optical, infrared, visual identification on, and radar. Behavior, no confirmed anomalous behavior. Case status, resolved. Very likely lighter than air objects such as a large commercial lighting balloon. Confidence level, moderate. So, literally, once again, Arrow have seen this and been like, what is this? Anyone in the room got any ideas? I know! What's your idea? It's a balloon. Slap him with the balloon tag! And there it is. It was made into a balloon. And then, how confident are you it's a balloon? Are you very confident? Are you just confident? No. Moderately? No. We're going to say moderately because we can't put out a report with anything less than moderate. Okay. And then that was it. I actually reckon that's how these meetings go, by the way. I don't think there's any thought process that really goes into it, if I'm perfectly honest. But, key findings. Alright, the Arrow assesses the object was lighter than thin air, LTA. Objects such as a large form factor balloon, a meteorological balloon, a large mylar balloon, a large commercial outdoor helium-filled lighting balloon. Arrow has a moderate confidence in its identification of the object. So they are literally, there is no reason for them to like label it a balloon other than the fact that they've got nothing else. And because it displayed no out of the ordinary, as they would label it, characteristics such as diverting direction, and but that doesn't equate for the reddy kind of orangey glow in it. They didn't equate for the grey gunmetal colour. It doesn't really equate for anything. But anyway, Representative Matt Gaetz actually retweeted the Arrow report and basically completely shit on it. And he said, last year when I attempted to receive a briefing with the flight crew who witnessed the UAP in Eglin Air Force Base, the Air Force tried to block me. This report by Arrow is incomplete and does not reflect all of the information that I was shown. I believe all the information regarding the sighting should be released to the public, including pictures from the pilot and radar signatures, which absolutely proves categorically that this report was an absolute pump and dump. It was, shallow at best. That half the information's been, like, not included, basically, because Matt Gaetz has just barely come out and been like, look, I saw more than what you put in your report. Why, if you're going to share a report, share the lot, share the job lot. Instead, they were just like, it's a balloon. And then just didn't include any information about it, didn't include the images that Matt Gaetz supposedly saw. Which, if they're going to bring this up and they're going to make a report on it, it should be included. What do you guys think, though? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Is Arrow trying to pull a fast one once again? How disappointing. Anyway, while you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new and tick on my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. We upload every single day at 7 PM UK time. So if you make sure that the bell icon's tickled, you can never miss a video. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed it. Cannot wait to see you in the next one. And I'll speak to you later. Peace.